Oh, you fucking pussies. Welcome back. Today's video, I want to talk kind of about yourself, and why it's not entirely selfish to put yourself above everybody else. Now, obviously, there are circumstances where this doesn't apply. You know, if you're a family man, if you're a father, if you have dependents in your household that obviously rely on you for not only financial support, but mental support. You know what I mean. If you have children, this video, it applies to you, but not in the extreme circumstance that I'm going to be discussing. And this is something that I have come to terms with through trial and error. You need to come first in just about every situation, in just about every decision, opportunity, path that you will venture through in your life, because if you go out of your way and you make yourself miserable to appease your boss, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your father, your mother, your fucking gerbil, whatever the fucking case may be, if you go out of your way to do so and you neglect the part of that process where you have to make yourself happy, when you move on from that job, if they fire you, if you finally have enough and you quit, when you move out, when you get your own life, all that shit you did to make your parents happy, all that shit you did to make your boss happy in that moment where you were there at that job, it's null and fucking void. It's pointless. None of it's going to carry over to your well-being after the fact. It's like one of those fucking relationship quotes where you can't make someone else happy if you haven't made yourself happy first. You have to be a complete whole of a person. Does that make sense? You can't expect your life to go the way you want to if you haven't taken the time to turn yourself into the person you want to be down the road. You have to take steps for yourself, for fucking nobody else. You could break up with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend. Fuck, you could get married and get a divorce. All the stuff you did for them down the fucking road, if you get divorced, is not gonna matter. I'm not saying it's not important to make everybody else around you feel good, to be nice to everybody, to help everybody, to do things for other people, but you fucking need to come first. You need to. It's not an if thing. It's a when thing. When am I going to need this decision for myself? When am I going to need this opportunity for myself? Think about 5 years ago. All the shit you did with your friends. Do you still talk to those people? How many of you people watching this video still talk to your best friends from high school? I talked to one. We all have our groups, right? How many of you still talk to them? And if you do, how many of you can say that they would go out of their way for your happiness? At some point, you have to grow up, and you have to realize that at the end of the day, it's you. It's fucking nobody else. You're not going to look in the mirror and see somebody else's reflection. You could go out during the day and put on this fucking face, this facade, and pretend to be somebody. But when you go home and you look in the mirror, it's you. You're the only person who knows what's behind your eyes, right? You can't lie to yourself. You may be able to lie to other people, but you can't lie to yourself. And it's a shitty fucking feeling having to lie to yourself every day. You have to do anything and everything to make yourself happy. You have to put yourself in a position where you're going to be happy no matter what else happens in your life. A lot of these people, I'm gonna stick with the relationship, not analogy, I guess example. A lot of these people will bounce from relationship to relationship because they can't stand being alone. They can't stand themselves. They can't stand not having somebody to be somebody else for. You gotta make yourself happy. You gotta be 100% sure, 110% sure that you're happy with yourself. Where you have no problem with that alone time, where you have no problem with that, the solidarity, the solitude. The people who aren't okay in their own heads, the people who aren't okay with themselves, are the people who who aren't happy with themselves. Then they haven't done what they need to in order to provide themselves with the life that they want, the mental clarity, stability. It's not even a financial thing. I know plenty of people with plenty of fucking money who can't be alone. A lot of times money kind of fills that void of mental solitude. I'm okay being by myself. I enjoy my solitude. It's why I go to the gym by myself. It's why when I have my headphones in, I don't fuck with nobody. It's me time. That is me time. You have to be able to put yourself into me time whenever you want to. You have to enjoy the me time. It's one of those things where no matter how much money you spend on somebody else, you could wine and dine everybody in your life, so to speak, but they could walk out at any moment. They could never talk to you again the day after tomorrow, and none of what you did for them is going to matter. It would have all been a lost cause, a waste of time, a waste of money, and a waste of effort. Again, I'm not saying don't do that shit for people, but make sure you're happy with yourself first. Make sure that you have been a priority long before anybody else has. You cannot make somebody else a priority if you've never prioritized your own happiness and your own well-being. You have to be okay with who you are. You have to be happy with who you are, not just okay. It has to be one of those things where you have to know at the end of the day, you have to really recognize. You have to really, really recognize that at the end of the day, it's you. It's you, yourself, and nobody fucking else. All right? Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video.